So welcome everybody, we are back on Periscope. I'm Lily, I'm with the Communications Department at SAWS, and I'm here with Joseph in the Televising Department. And we are at Confluence, which is the Student Water Summit. This is the 5th year, and we are talking to the Televising Department. There's a lot of different SAWS departments here, so it's a good opportunity for you to learn about sort of the behind the scenes. But televising definitely has one of our more visual ones, so we want to take you through a couple of stages here, and we hope you enjoy it and ask lots of questions. So we're looking forward to it. So Joseph, why don't you tell us what's behind us? Talk us through the process here.
Well, a little bit about what we got going on is this is, I guess, more of our line cleaning equipment here. We got different types of nozzles, variety of nozzle selections to clean out. What you see here is grease and rags. Obviously, grease is out of sight, out of mind for you guys, but it has to end up somewhere, and that's going to be inside our sewer pipes. Well, how do we get rid of it? That's where our nozzles come in. We got different types. We got our rotating nozzles that actually clean the grease out of the main, and we got our chain fladers, I guess I could say, which will be for heavy roots. Obviously, you want more of a aggressive action cleaning to get rid of these roots out of the main. Same thing with wipes. They're not really, I guess you can say, disposable, but they're not degradable. They are going to clog up our pumps, our system out there, and it's not good for it. I mean, that's where it comes back towards our ratepayers. And
so what happens when we flush flushable wipes, which to your point might be flushable but not degradable, meaning that once we put them down the system, they don't dissipate, right? They don't disappear, and so they turn into this nasty mop of yuck, right?
Yes.
But what happens then? Does it cause sewer overflows?
Yes, it does cause blockage inside our sewer main. Obviously, that is not going to become. It's not going to break down. I mean, just like normal tissue paper that you would use for toiletry. You mean, so obviously that does not belong in the sewer system. You mean, we try to throw that into the garbage can. Same thing with grease. After you're done cooking, get rid of that grease into the trash can, not the sink.
That's right. That's right. So these are some of the tools of how you guys clean. But we also, obviously once you've cleaned it, you also put little robots in the system that televise, right? That show you the health of our pipeline?
Yes, we do got to evaluate. And another thing is, did we actually clean the sewer pipe? Are these nozzles effective? Did we use the right nozzle for the right job? Obviously this one here, you can see with all the grease is still intact. So that's whenever our little robots, our camera equipment, that's what we use to televise the
So let's show people some of those fun robots. I like to call them Wall-E because they kind of remind me of Wall-E. But we have a whole fleet. So Danny's going to pan the camera over there and show us some of those, and we'll head over to that direction. So these go into different size pipes. Is that why they're different sizes?
Yes. Obviously, what you got here is a variety of different type of, I call them tractors, Wall-E's, robots. Kids call them different names. But you got small diameter camera equipment, and all the way up to a large diameter.
Do they stay in this format? I mean, some of them look kind of like a turbo, like a bullet, and some of them have more stuff. But then I see our fun friend over there that is kind of like standing up. Hey guys, will you move the robot for us and turn him around and show us what he does? So that's how they are. So when they're straight, they're kind of like this, and then they actually lift up?
Yes, it is. I guess the lights are kind of high on it right now, but obviously there's no light underground, so that's why we have different light heads. Obviously, the darker the pipe, the more light we're going to need. I mean, just very expensive equipment out there, more industrial type, and it's going to serve its purpose. I mean, a QA/QC for our operators, and again for our general public to know we are doing our job. And you can see over here.
So here's some of the.
You can see a large void in the pipe, where if a via bus or something goes over it, I mean, it's not going to be a good sight for the public. I mean, that's how we get our sinkholes. Obviously, without the cameras, we're not going to be able to see underground. Our normal size pipe, our average size pipe, I should say, is going to be an 8-inch diameter. Our pipe ranges from 6 all the way to 96 inch.
That's roots right there, huh?
That is definitely roots. This here is going to be a clay pipe. Like I said, we got roots in the system, and that's when we use our certain type of nozzles to get rid of these roots. We do find animals in the main as well. Like right here, you got some more rags. But we see a little bit of everything. We've seen raccoons, turtles, snakes, mice, lots of roaches. You mean, name it, we've seen it. You mean debris versus, you mean just vandalism. So
tell me about what is this cool thing over here?
This is mainly our portable unit. We weren't able to bring a large vehicle in here with our equipment, but this is a miniature version of what we have inside our televising rig. There's only 7 of us in San Antonio, and it has something similar to it, just on a little bit larger scale. But then these are just the control panels to operate the actual robot Wally.
So for those of you that might have just joined us, we are speaking to Joseph and Televising at SAWS, and this is how we evaluate the health of our pipe system, able to identify where problems are at so that we can then do repairs if needed or go in there and clean. So speaking of repairs, I see you guys also have some samples of some pipes that have some repairs. You want to take us through that?
Yes.
Okay, let's walk over there.
This is not going to solve everything. This is going to be mainly just point repair. I guess you could say. What we use here is going to be a fiberglass mat with resin. What we do is put the resin onto the fiberglass mat, and then once done, this is what we call a CIPP, cure in place pipe. And like I said, you wrap the fiberglass mat over the plug. You put the plug inside the where the defect is at, right here on the floor. You got your hole in the pipe. Well, once about an hour and a half later, that same hole has now been repaired. Well, it saves a lot of money to our ratepayers. So,
how does that work? Do you have to put heat in there?
No, this is all.
Does that turn into a solid from?
You got a 2-part mixture of your resin. You got your hardener and you got your I guess sealer.
Yeah.
But you mix
like an epoxy.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So the 2 chemicals are going to mix, and it's going to eventually dry. Vendor states they back their warranty is 50 years.
Wow.
And it has no. I don't know if you can take a picture of that. But there is no restrictions anymore into that pipe. I mean, it contours towards the defect, and I mean, it saves a lot of money.
Absolutely. So, do we have any questions, Danny? Anything that's popped up? Nothing? All right, great. Well, we hope you guys enjoyed it. We will probably be doing some regular visits with these guys out in the field so we can periscope some more fun, and maybe you can see them saving a raccoon or something. But we do get a lot of interesting things in the sewers. A lot of times due to vandalism, which, as funny as we may find it, unfortunately that also means that that's going to interrupt service in a way that's not going to be good. It's going to disrupt service. So we might have a sewer overflow due to that vandalism, which is why these guys are always out there trying to make sure that those pipes are clear and working and functioning as they should be to prevent these things from happening. But we have a lot of pipes. So tell me about the maintenance schedule.
Our maintenance schedule is we try to televise everything. We try to put every pipe, every section of pipe on a schedule, whether it be 1 month to 5 years of cleaning. Stuff over our recharge is going to be mainly 5 years. It's brand new pipe, PVC, good area. You mean there's not going to be a lot of ground shifting over there versus our central part of town where there's old concrete clay pipe. You mean stuff like that, we're going to go to our design process where we got to do full rehab on that section of main. So our review team actually goes and rates it, whether we're going to clean it on a 1 month frequency or a 5-year frequency. Obviously, there's different intervals in the middle of it. So.
And approximately how much pipe are you guys actually televising and checking? Like, do you have any idea of amount?
As far as
like miles of pipe?
Miles of pipe, we have over 5,000 miles of sewer pipe. And again, that ranges from 6-inch all the way to 96-inch.
Wow.
Obviously, the further south you go to our towards our treatment plant, it's going to be a large diameter pipe down there. So.
Great. Anything else you think people should know about what you guys do, and what?
It's mainly, I would say, the grease and the rags. I mean, get rid of them properly, which is going to be the trash can, not the sinks and toilets. So that's my main thing I would broadcast there.
Yeah, so remember guys, although they say flushable, they're not flushable. You can use them if you love your wet wipes, by all means use them, but put them in the trash, not in your toilet. And the same, you may have what is it called in the sink when you throw the food in there and it eats up the food?
Garbage disposal?
The garbage disposal. So you may have a garbage disposal. Sorry, that was like a little bit of charades. But that doesn't mean that you should put fats and oils in there, because it does damage to your system as well as to ours. Anything that is happening on your side of the meter, you're responsible for as a homeowner. So by putting oils in there, you are clogging up your system as much as you are clogging up our system. And you can see from some of those videos, it gets really nasty. So scrape, don't rinse, throw that stuff in the trash can. Help us keep the system clear for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back on Periscope soon, and give us some hearts, share if you like it. We look forward to hearing from you.